Our top story this afternoon, the North Korean military has said that it's considering plans to re-enter a border zone that was previously disarmed under the Inter-Korean Comprehensive Military Agreement, as well as spreading propaganda leaflets, this time towards the south. This as the regime continues to raise tensions on the Korean Peninsula after Kim Yo-jong, the sister of the North's leader Kim Jong-un, threatened to take military action against its, quote, enemy. For more on the latest aggression by the regime, I'm happy to say we are connecting to our Kim Ji-yeon at Seoul's Defense Ministry. Ji-yeon, what's the response from the South Korean military?
Well, Seoul's defense ministry said that the South Korean military is maintaining readiness in case of any provocation and urged North Korea to refrain from raising tensions and abide by the Inter-Korean Comprehensive Military Agreement. This comes as the General Staff of the Korean People's Army, considered as North Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff, has made a public statement carried out by the North Korea's Korean Central News Agency this morning, in which it threatened to turn the front line into a fortress and further heighten military vigilance against South Korea. This follows a series of provocative statements issued several days ago by Kim Yo-jong that the military would be in charge of the next step in the North's response to the distribution of anti-Pyongyang propaganda leaflets by South Korean activists. And South Korean media outlets project the border zone to mean either the north city of Kaesong, where the Inter-Korean industrial complex shut down in 2016 is situated, or the area near Mount Kumgang, where Inter-Korean tour programs had taken place until 2008, but we'll have to wait and see. A military expert told me that it seems North Korea is trying to nullify or undo some of the achievements of the Inter-Korean Comprehensive Military Agreement and pressure the South Korean government for economic concessions. Mark?
Certainly seems that way. Now, the timing of the statement is considered crucial, especially as South Korea has urged the North to refrain from kicking up tensions amid the stalled denuclearization process. What are you hearing about the motive behind the North's recent message?
Well, it came a day after South Korean President Moon Jae-in had made a public speech commemorating the first ever summit between the two Koreas some 2 decades ago. And President Moon has said that North Korean leader Kim Jong-un will not turn his back on his promise to build everlasting peace in the Korean Peninsula. And the president had emphasized the need for South Korea to do what it can to facilitate dialogue and inter-Korean cooperation while still following the international sanctions placed on the regime. But as seen in the statement released by the North Korean military this morning, it seems Seoul's efforts have done little to lower tensions in the region. And according to a local military expert that I've talked to this morning, the North's provocative statements are aimed at ending the stall in denuclearization talks and lifting the international sanctions placed on the regime. But instead of talking to Washington directly, which it sees unlikely to budge until the presidential elections in November, it's pressuring the South Korean government for concessions. Back to you, Mark.